In 1932, the U.S. Public Health Service launched a study on 600 African American men in Alabama, 399 of whom had syphilis. Promised free health care, they were instead denied treatment for 40 years, even after penicillin became available. This wasn't science. It was state-sanctioned medical violence, exploiting racial prejudice under the guise of research. The victims, mostly poor sharecroppers, were never informed of their diagnosis, nor the study's true purpose, to document syphilis' fatal progression in black bodies. During World War II, Japan's Unit 731 conducted biological warfare experiments on an industrial scale. Prisoners, Chinese, Korean, and Russian, were infected with plague, subjected to vivisection without anesthesia, and frozen alive to test frostbite treatments. The facility had specialized chambers for mass infections and pressure tests. Unlike Nazi experiments, these atrocities were systematically concealed through coded language and reports, with victims referred to as logs to erase their humanity. Most perpetrators avoided prosecution by surrendering data to the U.S. in exchange for immunity. In 1971, psychologist Philip Zimbardo transformed Stanford's basement into a mock prison. Randomly assigned as guards or prisoners, ordinary students rapidly descended into abuse and psychological breakdown. Guards invented humiliating punishments, while prisoners developed trauma symptoms within 48 hours. The study was meant to last 2 weeks, but ended after 6 days when a colleague intervened. It exposed how systemic power, even in pretend scenarios, can override individual morality, turning good people into tormentors when roles and environments permit it. In 1939, University of Iowa researchers tested speech pathology theories on 22 orphanage children. Half received positive speech therapy. The other half endured relentless criticism until they developed stutters and psychological scars. One child was told, "Don't ever speak unless you can do it right." The team, led by Wendell Johnson, hid the study's true nature, calling it the monster experiment in private notes. Decades later, survivors described lifelong shame and silence, proving the hypothesis that trauma can destroy voices, both literally and metaphorically. From 1953 to 1973, the CIA ran MKUltra, a classified program testing mind control through LSD dosing, sensory deprivation, and torture on unwitting citizens. Victims included mental patients, prisoners, and even agency employees. One case, a biochemist given LSD for 174 days straight until he jumped from a hotel window. When Congress investigated in 1977, 80% of records were destroyed. MKUltra proved that when science operates without oversight, it becomes indistinguishable from terrorism. Its legacy? Modern research ethics boards and the haunting question, how many current studies cross the same lines?